Sauron is one of the most powerful Maiar ever lived, and firstmost was a former apprentice of the Valar called Aulë the Smith. He later was corrupted and seduced to become Morgoth's most trusted lieutenant, known as Gorthaur, in the First Age during the Wars of Beleriand. Skilled in shape-shifting, Sauron took on many forms, even that of a werewolf, a serpent, and a vampire. In the Second Age, as Annatar, the Lord of Gifts, he deceived the Elves of Eregion into forging the Rings of Power, while secretly creating the One Ring to rule them all. However, as powerful as he may be, he isn't really the best of fighters, with his true strength lying in his cunning and charisma, using deception and persuasion to dominate and nearly plunge Middle-earth into darkness multiple times. So here in this video we will take a look at 10 beings from the world of Middle-earth that can either take him out in a fight or are just way more powerful than him. Of course we will put all the Valar into one entry, so let's get to it. Firstly, Whoan the Hound of Valinor. Whoan is a gift from the Valar who was fated to only die at the hands of the most powerful of the werewolves. Sauron, in his pride and arrogance whilst installed in Gorthaur, seeking to fulfill this prophecy, took on the form of a massive werewolf and fought the Hound of Valinor. Whoan's blessed strength and agility, paired with the magical aid of Lúthien, overwhelmed him. Sauron, though a powerful Maiar, was forced to submission by the enchanted Hound. In this moment, despite his mastery of the dark arts, Sauron learned that raw strength, divine blessing, and the right circumstances could overpower even his mighty will, and thus he surrendered and fled the scene by taking the form of a vampire, disappearing until the Second Age. Second entry here is Calagon the Black. He is the largest and the most fearsome dragon in Middle-earth's history. He was bigger than anything ever witnessed. While Sauron's sorcery could certainly have subdued the dragon over the course of a period of time, Calagon's sheer brute strength and size, along with firepower, was enough to turn the tide against the hosts of the Valar during the War of Wrath. It took the combined efforts of Eärendil on the flying ship called Vingilot, with a white flame, along with Thorondor, the king of eagles, and an entire host of great eagles to bring him down after a day and night of battle. Sauron's abilities paled in comparison to the titanic scale of Calagon's might. However, Sauron's most powerful weapon, the One Ring, was said to be capable of withstanding the dragon's fire. But then again, Sauron's physical body might still be vulnerable. Third here is Gothmog, the Lord of Balrogs. Gothmog, the commander of Morgoth's legions and the slayer of Fanar, stood as the embodiment of war, wielding raw strength and ferocity in battle. Unlike Sauron, whose skill lay in manipulation and sorcery, Gothmog thrived in direct combat and shock assault. As Morgoth's general and enforcer on the battlefield, Gothmog's physical dominance coupled with his mastery of war made him a force Sauron couldn't really match in sheer martial prowess. Their roles were different whilst both being at par under Morgoth, but in terms of combat leadership and strength, Gothmog was at the very least Sauron's equal, if not superior. Next is Ecthelion of the Fountain. Ecthelion, the Elf Lord of Gondolin, was a fearsome warrior. His feats in battle were legendary, particularly in his slaying of 3 Balrogs during the siege of Gondolin. These were creatures of equal power to Sauron, maybe lesser. The fight culminated in his self-sacrifice to kill Gothmog, the Lord of the Balrogs. While Sauron wielded immense power, Ecthelion's ability to directly confront and defeat Balrogs demonstrates an unparalleled mastery of physical combat. His courage and skill allowed him to perform feats that even Sauron, with all his cunning, could not achieve. Ecthelion's sheer battle prowess stands as a testament to his superiority in this realm at least, while he may be weaker in the realms of sorcery. As a craftsman and a warrior, Fëanor's accomplishments eclipse even those of Sauron. He is noted to be the creator of the Silmarils. These were jewels of unmatched beauty and enchantment, sought after by even Morgoth. Fëanor also created the Palantiri, which was said by Gandalf to be beyond Sauron's skill to smith. Now in battle, Fëanor was seen to have held his own against multiple Balrogs at the same time, enduring far longer than most could have. While Sauron's sorcery may have been greater, no doubt, Fëanor's craft making and combat abilities far exceeded that of Sauron's. If he was still alive in the Third Age, theoretically he could have even created a weapon or a thing that could have destroyed even the One Ring. Maybe. Fëanor's combination of creativity, skill, and sheer determination as well as combat prowess makes him a being that Sauron could not rival in many respects. Number 6 here is Finngoin. The Northern Prince of the First Age was famous for his legendary duel with Morgoth that revealed his skill, stamina, power, and courage. As he rode out to face the Dark Lord, the original Dark Lord, he engaged with him in a duel where he struck fear into the very heart of the mightiest of Valar, wounding Morgoth 7 times. Sauron, while powerful, never had the same physical might or courage as Finngoin. Where Sauron relied on trickery and dark magic, Finngoin faced his enemies head-on with unmatched valor. He is said to be one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful elf ever. Only Morgoth's immortality and Finngoin's exhaustion prevented him from fully defeating the Dark Lord, a feat that Sauron could never have approached or even dared or imagined to think about. Next is Anolian. So Sauron would never have dared to face the living darkness, the being of unlight who was Anolian, as she was so powerful that she nearly strangled Morgoth himself at the height of her power. Anolian, a creature of insatiable hunger and darkness, would have easily overwhelmed Sauron in a direct confrontation, as it may be that his sorcery would not be really effective against her, since he doesn't really know what she is. Only Morgoth's Balrogs drove her away with shock and awe. Though Sauron was a powerful Maiar, one of the most powerful Maiar, Anolian's sheer power and the all-consuming nature of her darkness makes her a far more dangerous enemy than Sauron could ever hope to handle alone. Number 8. The Valar. The Valar are the most powerful beings in Arda, and as a Maiar, Sauron was always lesser in strength both physically, magically, and spiritually. Figures like Tulkas, the Valar, who even Morgoth feared in combat, would have easily overpowered Sauron. Then there is Manwë, Orome, Mandos, and the other Valar, whose dominion over creation itself meant that no matter how powerful Sauron became, he could never match their strength or authority. The Valar were godlike beings who could only be challenged by one of their own, and Sauron, for all his might, was just one of the Maiar, which were the lesser spirits. The next is Morgoth. As the first Dark Lord and the source of all evil in Middle-earth, Morgoth was Sauron's master in every way. While Sauron was cunning and manipulative, Morgoth's power was vast and even more manipulative and all-encompassing, since he corrupted and seduced Sauron into serving him. He corrupted the world itself, creating orcs, trolls, and many other evils. Sauron's power paled in comparison to the might of Morgoth, who held dominion over all his servants, including him. In the grand scheme of Arda, Sauron was merely Morgoth's most devoted lieutenant. And then we have Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil's mysterious nature sets him apart from Sauron or the rest of creation. While Sauron wielded dark sorcery and commanded legions, Bombadil was untouched by the corruption of the One Ring and was really immune to everything else. The wise theorized that the ring had no power over Tom Bombadil, and some speculated that he could be an incarnation of Eru Ilúvatar himself. While Sauron sought dominion over Middle-earth, Bombadil existed beyond such desires, content in his own realm, the Old Forest, immune to Sauron's greatest weapons. In this way, Bombadil was more powerful, untouched by Sauron's evil, and simply this guy, the eldest, is beyond all mortal understanding. Agree or disagree? Put your own thoughts down in the comments section below. And with that, we end this list on the 10 beings of Arda that are as powerful, stronger, or more powerful than Sauron. Now, if you like this one, then watch this other one too, and do check out our channel for other dragon, monster, Middle-earth, and xenomorph content. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.